Merry meet and welcome to the daily reading for All Signs for today, the 11th of January, 2025. This is Ariel and I am reading today with the Trionfi della Luna Tarot. And I'm going to purify with some old standard here, the Florida water. I've got some in a spray bottle. 3 sprays in this big room is more than sufficient. And it smells delightful. You can find links to purchase these products right in the video description of this video. Thank you so much for joining us. We're streaming live here on YouTube, and moderating today are the lovely Jason and the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you to everybody for joining us for this daily reading. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Also remember that I don't read with card reversals, so don't worry about it when you see me flipping cards right side up. It's just my preferred style of reading. This reading goes out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem like it's applying to you personally, it may just not be your reading. And in that case, think about checking out the zodiacal readings for your sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. Those are 2-week readings, and you can find the most recent of all of our tarot streams right on our website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. We also have playlists for each sign right here on YouTube. Our shop is at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. It's kind of an interim shop while we're getting the main shop together still, but we do have some beautiful merchandise, and I hope you check it out and see what you think. If you'd like to give this channel a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga, or you could, if you're live here, you could use a super sticker or super chat, or if you're watching this on a restream, you could use a super thanks. We do appreciate your support, and we do appreciate you for being here. Let's shuffle one more time. We'll give this deck a nice clean cut. Let's see what's in the cards for everybody today. Starting out with the Strength card, followed by the Ace of Coins, and then we have the Ace of Cups. Aces are winning cards. They are, if you were playing the game of tarot, if you had to take a trick in either of these suits, you'd have the winning card, provided that you didn't have to have somebody trump you. But what that means is that within their kingdoms, each of these cards is the highest of power. So the highest of power in coins is finances, and the highest of power in cups is your own inner well-being, your inner peace. What a wonderful combination to have. Inner peace and financial abundance. And again, this is these are potential for you today. This isn't saying this is going to be forced on you, but this is in pure potential for you today, should you desire to walk those roads of inner peace and financial prosperity. And the reason why these roads are so well open for you is because of the work you have been doing on yourself. It looks like you've been doing some deep work, at least some of you, on uncovering some maybe unhealthy thought patterns and not destroying them necessarily, but reordering them so that they are healthy. That's what the Strength card is all about, is taming a wild beast, making a wild beast a beast of burden and a friend, maybe even a pet. So a lot of times the old patterns in our lives are there because they were put there when we were children trying to cope. And then we forgot about those patterns. And then we wondered why those patterns kept messing us up. And once you start to look at those patterns, and you can just communicate to those patterns, thank you so much for trying to help me. I know you're trying to do something good, but we're all grown up now. We don't need that. So you can try to do something good for me in a different way. How can you try to accomplish the same thing in a better way? And that's the kind of work that you're being called on to do, and it looks like some of you have already started doing in some form or another. I have a meditation based on the strength card that might be very helpful for some of you. And then there's also another meditation that I have on my main meditations. If you go to my website, arielscorner.com, or you can also search for it on YouTube, called Facets of Change. And they're both similar meditations, turning those old sort of what a lot of people will call inner demons into helpers and making friends and making things work out better for you. And boy, does it want to really work out for you. Let's look here. We've got a 3 of Cups. Isn't that lovely? And we've got an 8 of Coins. Good. And what's this? A 6. A 6 of Wands. So there's not a negative card amongst them. So the bad thing about not having negative cards in the reading is it's really easy to be complacent and to sort of let things pass you by because you feel good. And instead of that, instead of only letting fear and anxiety and frustration and worry motivate you, let's let peace motivate us. Let's let success and the desire for happiness and joy and prosperity motivate us, right? So that's the best way when you have a really good reading like this is to say, good, now let's get moving. Really, let's optimize this. Let's not let this phase or this season pass by without really sucking the juice from it and getting everything we can. Now, this here is talking right on top of this Ace of Coins. This 8 of Coins is saying that you have the power within you to really increase your financial prosperity. And the way that you can do it is through your attitude while spending. Everything that you put out comes back in one way or another. That's just how things work in this world. And it's not so much the thing as the attitude, as the idea, the thought, and the energy behind it. So if you're giving money, paying money, resentfully, fearfully, all of those kinds of things, you're going to get more of that back. You're going to get more things to be afraid of, more things to be anxious about or angry about. But instead of bemoaning the price of eggs while you're buying the eggs, be grateful that you don't have to go and have a chicken coop. Be grateful that you have the ability to buy eggs. Be grateful that you have the money to buy the eggs. Don't think about how expensive it is for a second. You can do that later. Right now, while you're doing the transaction, thank you so much, universe, for allowing me to have this, allowing me to be able to buy what I need, have the money for what I need. I'm so grateful. And just that change in attitude stokes up that gyro of manifestation so that things return to you with abundance, much abundance. All right, then this over here, this ace that we're talking about that inner peace, that's the kingdom of heaven that is within you that the New Testament talks about, which everybody really misunderstands, which is why I don't like that book sometimes because the way it was compiled was really, well, anyway, that's a different story. But that's what it's talking about, that inner peace, that inner kingdom, that inner joy that you can have. And when you do things out of peace and out of joy, it's a very similar response as to this. What you get back is more peace and more joy, and it expands and it grows. And it's telling you that if you align that desire for inner peace with this solar light, then what you get is not only more inner joy and inner peace, but you get situations and ideas and manifestations that you would have never even thought to think of. You didn't even know were a thing. You didn't know were possible for you, because that's the divine design of your life. And the divine design of your life is so far beyond what the physical eyes can see and what the mortal intellect can conceive of. So the divine design, that solar light, is something that's very easy to align with. It's not a complicated process. And there's many, many, many ways that you can do it. But one way that you can do it is with one of my solar light meditations. And the only reason I say my solar light meditation is because if you learn that process, then it becomes your solar light meditation, and you don't even need to listen to the recording anymore because it's so simple. So if you go to YouTube and you search Gatoga Solar Light, you can come across one of those two meditations. They're both very brief. And after listening to it once or twice, you can just do your own. You'll know the process. It's so simple. And if you run that energy several times a day, boy, you really pave a road to joy and happiness and abundance. And things start to turn around for you. Things start to reorder themselves and reorganize themselves so that what you're doing reflects the divine design that Plato talked about, rather than your own ego's projections. Now, this Three of Cups over here is talking about celebrating and joy. There's a lot of joy in here today. And it looks like maybe some of you are afraid to celebrate because you think somehow that, I don't know, it's selfish, or that who am I to celebrate, or maybe survivor's guilt because you're not going through as much pain as other people that you see around you. You withholding your celebration of life in your own life doesn't help other people. It doesn't prove your camaraderie with them. All it does is block more joy from being experienced in the world. But if you rejoice, if you celebrate, if you pop the champagne bottle cork or whatever you do to have a party and have some fun, some real good fun too, what that does is it increases the vibration of the entire planet in ways that you'll never understand from your own mortal perspective. But that doesn't mean that what you did wasn't very, very powerful. It is very powerful. So every time you uncover some of these patterns in yourself and you rearrange them and you make them healthier for yourself, celebrate. Celebrate. Go have a dinner. Go have a drink. Go have a something. Do something. It doesn't have to be a big deal, but somehow, some way, say yay and celebrate it. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate the universe. Celebrate whatever it is that you have an interaction with on a spiritual level, whether that's gods and goddesses or angels or God or whatever your spiritual thing is. Celebrate with it. And the more you celebrate with it, the better your life is, and the better everybody else's life is. You don't need to go around and suppress your joy just because other people are going through stuff. You can be joyous without rubbing it into people's faces, obviously, but you suppressing your joy isn't going to help them. And it's really important to remind yourself of that. The more you can experience this joy and the more you can celebrate your life, the better off everybody is. And it's so powerful for you to remind yourself of that regularly. You are doing great. Very, very beautiful reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Dre and Jason, and we will see everybody for another daily reading tomorrow. Until then, blessed be.